All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, count us in.
Just 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Boom. What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to Necro Electric. I'm your host, Sean D. Skellington. This is my beautiful wife who now has a streak of red hair, Kylie Skellington. And Jordan Scream Fernandez is on another 3-day binger. So replacing her today is her arch nemesis, Alaina.
She's so like my favorite.
Alaina Plaque, or AKA Tarter.
I hate you. Oh my gosh. We miss you, Jordan.
It is Alaina's birthday.
Happy
So
birthday.
it's a special happy birthday episode.
Jeez.
Also, we have a guest, Milo
Grant.
the
Grant.
priest.
Yeah,
Yes.
pastor.
Pastor.
The priest.
What's the difference? Priest is Catholic, right? Pastor is Christian?
Yeah, Protestant.
Protestant? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Cool.
but you do wear like sweet robes sometimes, right?
Yeah, my church is like a high church.
That's
so-
your Illuminati stuff, though, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
You have a whole fit.
I do.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's pretty fancy.
Do
It's
they
pretty
give you
cool.
special shoes?
not special
I always
shoes.
wondered what the shoes were.
Would they have holes in them? Because they're holy.
Oh, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. All right, if this is your first time watching this, hit that subscribe button. And we do a little thing called Who the Hell Are You? And we play a little game to get to know everybody. We kind of already know a little bit about Alaina from the Waco Pride episode.
Yep.
But since it is your birthday
Oh no.
Fire.
this week, I compiled a list of the top adult birthday bucket checklist items to see if you're living your best life.
Okay.
And we can all kind of participate in this to see if we're up to par or not.
I am terrified.
So have you had sex next to a campfire?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever even slept next to a campfire.
Really? You're
Really?
missing out.
That is
Yeah.
really
I mean,
sad.
does a tent count? If it's
You're like,
Is
how
it
close to the
campfire?
campfire are we talking?
Oh yeah, is it like you're in a tent, safe and secure, or like you
I
could
think
roll
you're just
into it?
Ron out right
Like-
next to the campfire.
I may have
Yeah.
done
Oh.
both. So
All right, that's one down. 2, have you had sex in an elevator?
no, I have not done that. I feel like your timing there would be
Yeah, you'd
like
have to be really quick.
yeah.
Unless you hit the stop button or something.
And they all have cameras.
True.
Oh
That's the
yeah.
fun part.
Oh no,
Yeah,
like the pervy
right.
guy that's just in the background.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, but also
You just get the thumbs up.
if you hit the stop button, doesn't like an alarm go off? I feel like that'd be a real mood killer.
You know, that's
I
what
think
they
it
show in the
depends
in the movies.
Exactly.
That have like
So
the
it's true. Then.
yeah.
Probably depends on how old the building is.
True.
Oh man, good point.
Now we're getting technical.
All right. Have you ever role played?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not like a ton.
What is your go-to role play?
Oh, probably like the sexy librarian.
Right?
Right?
Oh, you just like here's my
quiet in here.
bookshelf.
And I will have the glasses. So
Perfect.
yeah.
What about you?
I tried to role play with you and you
Yeah.
did not have it.
I couldn't
He
get
was
in
like
character.
laughing at me. He was like, just stop. I can't do it.
What about you, Pastor?
No, I haven't. I'm too vanilla on that one. Yeah.
All right.
Vanilla.
Light bondage.
Have I done light bondage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know
Yeah.
you've done a lot of that.
Yes.
There you go. Done hand stuff while driving.
Oh, maybe when I was like 16.
No.
I'm more of like a safety concerned guy because I
Yeah.
drive really crazy.
It
don't
seems
think I could
very
concentrate.
irresponsible now,
Mm.
but
Mm-hmm.
not back. I didn't give a fuck back in the day.
Yeah.
You know? And plus, you had to make like the time you had without parents.
How about you? Did you say yes or no?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
See, I'm not alone.
I know it's so irresponsible.
You're like,
Don't do
You
that.
could wreck your car and get a
Yeah.
ticket.
Giving people horrible ideas right now.
Have you ever had a partner with a genital piercing?
No, I have not.
Mm-mm.
I have.
Me.
Married one.
I have too, but it wasn't you.
Learned something new about Kylie.
Wah, wah, wah. What about you?
Yeah. Nope.
No?
No.
Okay.
I know.
Would you
Used.
get your thing pierced?
No.
Why?
I'm not going to fucking
Really?
pierce up my Peace?
one.
That seems terrifying.
It does seem horrible.
No way.
Like, how much pain did you go through with the healing process?
Yes.
And, like, the moment of? Like, these are the questions.
It really wasn't that bad. It
Really?
was like someone pinched you really, really hard, and then it was over.
Mm.
I would say that, like,
I'm
it
feeling,
takes a
like,
little bit
pain
of the
right
fun
now.
out of it as well. Like, it's
Yeah.
hot, but then you have to be
Yeah.
careful all the time. You can't get, like, can't be throwing her around and
Yeah.
getting wild, you know? So,
You're like, watch the piercing.
not,
Yeah.
not the biggest fan. Used flavored lube.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
We've tried, but it's not.
It's
I'm not a
kind of
fan.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
And anyone
Done
like
it,
really
never
a fan
again.
of flavored lube?
I don't know.
I'm really a fan of like lube in general.
Yeah, right. They're like, my favorite brand is.
That we had I almost said sex worker. We had a sex party.
Oh
lady.
yeah, consultant. Yeah.
She came on and she had like some stuff that like we put it on our hands. It like sets fire to your hand.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was like, people are putting this on their junk, dude.
Yeah.
That seems terrifying.
That does seem,
Like-
well, that, yeah.
I say.
All right, 2 left. Have you ever had a sexy photo shoot with a partner?
No, I have not. Because I did pictures with Sarah Lennox last night, and she was like, you should do a boudoir, pictures sometime sooner, like with a partner. And I was like, I don't have a partner, so.
I once had to take drag photos for one of my ex, and they were dressed up as the Count from Muppets. So that was a whole
What?
experience of like
Like
looking
a
at.
sexy count or like the count?
No, like the Count.
Whoa.
Why?
Yeah,
Ooh,
it was a theme. It was a theme drag show,
Okay,
and so yeah,
you should've
they did
started
this
with
song where it was just like I like to count, but they bleep out
Yeah.
count, and so it sounds like he's saying something else,
Nice.
and that was
You should have
yeah.
led with that. With
sounds
I
pretty
probably
rad,
should
though.
have. Yeah, my bad.
like, oh, the
Fun.
count. Cool.
And last one. Have you ever partaked in group activities?
Yes. Just gonna leave that.
No, I have not.
Spice it up,
You
Milo.
got it.
I know.
Not
That's what
living
I'm
your best
hearing.
life.
God, you're acting like everybody doesn't want to like sleep with a pastor.
Yeah, it's like the most sexually appealing job to
For
have.
everyone watching, are you single?
I am single. Ooh,
Yeah.
Ready to mingle.
you heard it
Hit them
here.
DMs.
For everyone watching, are you single?
I am.
Status
And you
is single.
did. I think you hit everything on the list except for like 2. So
So
I think it's safe to say you're living your best life.
I am.
Happy birthday,
Sweet.
biatch.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me on. I appreciate it.
All right.
Maybe you should add sleeping with the pastor to that list. I haven't done that.
Oh.
Not happening.
Yeah, that was a weird lead-in right there.
For a second, I
Should
thought
we
you were trying
shoot?
to, like,
Yeah, should we
no,
leave?
no.
We'll see our way out.
Was that,
So sorry.
Cameras on, you're off.
you're gonna check off a few more things on that list.
No, I'm just saying because not many people have done that, right? Like,
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you the stats. I haven't
Yeah.
looked it up.
I mean, most pastors are married, so
yeah. Doesn't mean they're.
you know that I'm
loyal.
not. I can't say anything about that. You're right. We don't have a great reputation sometimes. Yeah.
You're my only pastor friend, so I wouldn't know.
I don't have any other pastor friends either.
Right?
I've never had a pastor friend.
Now you do.
You're the first one.
I'm just making everyone's bucket list for them. You're welcome. Yes.
Yeah, I barely went to church when I was a kid, and it was Irish Catholic, St.
Ooh.
Michael's. And yeah, he was like, no bullshit, old guy. Like,
So you had fun.
like take the blood of Christ.
Yeah, there's like
Flesh
Catholic
of
and
Christ.
Yeah.
then there's Irish Catholic, and I feel like it's a whole nother level. Like, it's pretty intense.
Last time I ever went there, I had blue hair, and like he looked like he wanted to fight me for showing up. So I didn't go back. And my cousin, they were like, because I think you've seen St. Michael's, right? The big fancy church in Livermore, over Button.
I
It was
don't
kind of near
remember.
the
It's been a while.
near the old movie theater. Well, it's just ridiculous, like super. It must cost $2 billion. Like they have this giant campus. The whole thing's made out of like hand carved stone. Like it's fucking crazy. But my I have a cousin. He's like somewhat slow or something. I don't know. Shout out to Chris.
What up, Chris?
But they have these giant tractors, and they were doing some construction, and he stabbed the sidewall of a tractor during because he used to provide us donuts. That's pretty much why we agreed to go. Because after service, they give you donuts.
Oh, yeah, legit.
Oh, yeah.
food.
I mean, happy hour at the church is always the coffee and the donuts.
Happy hour at
Yes,
the church.
that's right.
But we were
come
eating
for
some
that.
donuts, and then you just heard an explosion, and we were like, "What the fuck was that?" Because those things sound like a bomb when they blow up those giant tractors.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and he hit the one spot in the tire on the sidewall that let it go. Yeah, and then my grandparents had to get him.
Was that like a $3,000 tire?
Yeah,
For real.
no deal. Yeah, so then that was the last time we ever went.
They're like, you know what? No more donuts for y'all. I think donut tax. Yeah.
Y'all could find another church.
So when we moved here 3 years ago, I have never been people, I don't know, they recruit you to go to their church.
Oh,
yeah.
I have so many, every single time I go to the park,
What's up, Antioch?
someone is like, do you have a church?
You look like you clearly have a church.
I've been getting
Yeah.
the fucking. Let me see if I still have it or not. I've been getting these. They just call me from around here. You're like,
Oh.
Nice and invasive. Hey, we got your phone number.
They're pulling out the piece of paper. Hello, sir or madam.
says, "Good morning. I'm sorry I missed you today, but I was calling you. First of all, my name is Ruby, and I'm calling around of some of my neighbors to talk to them to ensure them the words of encouragement from the Bible." Look at this message she sent me. I'm not going to read the entire thing.
Oh, that's a novel.
Pretty long.
Yeah.
It's a sermon on my voicemail.
Oh, have you gotten a handwritten letter yet? I think.
Oh, I get those a lot.
Yeah, I think it was Cassie that
Do you write those?
got one and wrote
I do
one
not.
back.
No. See, I used to as a kid, though, y'all. That's the thing. I used to go to the Walmart, which I grew up in a town that had 1,200 people in it. So we had to drive 30 miles to get to a Walmart. And we used to go and do a school project where we would ask people random questions for surveys. And at the end of it, basically, we were walking them through, if you ever lie, that, Jesus calls that murder. And so you are going to hell.
Damn,
Yeah, it was
bro.
so bad. It was so bad.
Oh,
I was a junior in high school.
Wow. Do you
Yeah.
look back at that now and how do you feel about that?
It's so, I feel so bad for that kid. They were so scared. Yeah, I tell my youth, because I'm a youth pastor, and I talk to them a lot about that experience, and just be like, you never know what the people that are around you right now are going through and how they're interpreting the world. They can change. But yeah, it used to be wild, the things I did in the name of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You were doing the best you could with what you had, though.
Yeah.
That's right,
All
yeah.
of us as teenagers, right?
Yeah, people were a little stiff where we're from, but it's very open-minded.
Yeah.
I feel here, though, 20 years ago is probably fucking gnarly as shit.
Yeah. Well, even girls couldn't wear shorts at Baylor for a long time. My aunt talks about
Can wear
going
shorts?
there. Yeah, they'd wear pants.
At a college?
Yeah.
My undergraduate didn't lift the ban on dancing until 2011.
Fucking
My
dancing.
freshman year.
Dance?
My freshman year, they lifted it, and so we had a dance
Devil's
party.
Tango.
It really was.
You're I've
I
been
know.
waiting to dance.
Absolutely.
Where was that at?
That was Oklahoma Baptist University.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
When it was
Sounds-
lifted, was everyone just fucking dancing everywhere all the time?
Yes.
Was it Footloose? I feel like it was.
It was so much like Footloose. There were certain people that had apparently been fighting the fight the year before to make it happen. And I was just you guys needed to have made a video about this,
Yeah.
but alas.
They're have you been practicing in your room?
Fucking
since I
flash
haven't?
mob everywhere.
Bump and grind.
Well, it was so awful because none of us knew how to dance. Yeah.
They're I don't even know how to do this.
Yeah, we were all these white kids. They're just
Oh, God. Yeah, so y'all can't dance anyway. So.
yeah, of course. So it's just everyone's it's fine if it's really okay.
Just move your body.
Oh, that's satanic.
That leads to sex, y'all.
That's right.
That's a gateway
I was raised
move.
Southern Baptist, so I know.
So, in Catholicism, the priests don't get married, right?
That's right.
So, because I never saw that dude with
Vow
a
of
chick ever.
celibacy.
So why? What's the disconnect? Why? How come? I mean, it's a different faith, obviously, but it's just it's seen differently, I guess.
Yeah, honestly, Protestantism, the big split there is about adults being able to make decisions on their own about their faith. So most Protestant people do not get baptized when they're babies. They don't go through like confirmation. They can go through like youth groups and stuff like that. So a lot of it has to do with like adult autonomy in the faith. And I think that's a big differentiation, because if you have people as adults coming into the faith who have already been married, you're going to tell them they have to get divorced. So I think that's where that kind of shift occurred, because it doesn't make sense if you just look at how we went from this particular expression of faith into what we have now, unless you kind of include that.
Do you think priests did it originally for like purity of mind, because so they weren't distracted by like outside temptations, right? That would make sense.
Yeah, there was a lot of that going on, especially in the fourth century. Purity culture was even worse than the 1990s purity culture.
I'm not like super knowledgeable on like religious things, but I was going to say, didn't we escape the Protestants to come to the United States? Like
no, we escaped the Church of England, which was really just King Henry. I can't remember at the top of my head. I know. My professors are so disappointed right now. Not King James. He was a little further back. But we were... Yeah, I think it was King Henry VIII basically formed his own church because he wanted to get divorced, and the Catholic Church said no.
I'm a serial killer fan, like, of true crime.
Yeah.
So he killed hella wives.
Yeah. Oh, so many. He was like, oh, you're not going to let me get divorced? Beheaded.
He killed one wife because he couldn't have a son for the longest time.
Yeah. He couldn't get an heir.
It's his sperm that actually dictates that, but he didn't know, so he just kept fucking axing him every time.
He's like, you won't let me get divorced, I'll start my own motherfucking church.
He did. And then all the people that were trying to escape that came to America as part of that's one of the reasons they came to America, because obviously there were already people here that believe differently.
Shout out to Native Americans.
Yeah.
This is a weird episode.
Yeah.
Getting your history.
Okay, but the conversations I've had with Milo about like biblical history and stuff that I remember, because I took Bible class up until like 8th grade every year, right? And like went to church 3 times a week. I stored all that shit in the back of my brain because I might one day use it, and thankfully,
this is it. This is the moment.
It's been kind of cool though, because I'm like, I knew all this stuff growing up, and it was like hammered into me, but like now we can have discussions about it, and it's been really interesting. Like, glad I can use that now.
Nice.
I don't subscribe to any particular faith. I will just say that.
Yeah, same.
Well, I was raised. My grandfather was like a vet, and like didn't trust the government, didn't trust anything. And
fair.
I spent my summers preparing for like the financial collapse, and like as far as religion was taught to me, it was
doomsday prepping. Is that what they call that?
Yeah, and
I was like 2008. Like, where are we at here?
Yeah, my family would just basically tell me that religion was a form of government before government existed.
They're not wrong.
So that's how it was always taught to me, to listen to everything, believe nothing.
Oh man, I mean, I think that has to do with like how the church still is, but especially back even just like 20 years ago, the church was absolutely not at a place where people could think critically and be open-minded and be inclusive, and actually including a variety of people. I mean, that just wasn't popular or accepted. So I mean, I get that. We're still fighting for that. There's the liberal churches in America that are trying to like actually make a change towards being progressive. It's just a small amount of us.
Yeah, but it's still great because it's like at least there's some of y'all. I feel like out of all the Christians I've met, and there are a whole lot in this area, I've met a few like you and Stephanie Welch, another great example, who just believe like you're supposed to love everybody, and it's like, oh man, if everybody felt that way, we'd be in such a better place. Like it wouldn't be so divided.
I've always, because I also come from a long line of like alcoholics, so I spent a lot of time like in what do they call it? Not Al-Anon, but
AA.
No, the ones that they send the kids to.
Al-Anon.
Is it Al-Anon?
Yeah,
like the supporting of it.
Yeah.
But I've seen like, I feel like religion's good if it does something good for you. If it, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with it at all. Like, in my opinion, it's just my personal opinion.
Nothing wrong with
but if it helps somebody, go for it. But
yeah, I think a lot of religion just comes down to a desire to have understanding.
Yeah, and it builds a community.
Exactly.
It does a lot of
Absolutely.
other things,
Yeah.
So
It's been cool to see here though, because like I have a hard time differentiating, I feel like, between, like, Milo has been an interesting friendship for me because it's like, oh, pastor, I was raised Southern Baptist, I'm not a huge fan, and I immediately was like, And then we got to know each other, and, like, seeing them interact with the kids at our Waco Pride Network, like, youth dance was just really cool. Like, it's been an interesting journey, I feel like, because you're like, oh, you're still a pretty fucking cool person. You're also a pastor. So I had to, like, make that, I feel like, connection.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, I think it's also evolving. Like with the internet and everything, it's like before I think everybody was in these little clusters, you know, and it would be somewhat occultish in a way because you're being raised on these particular values and of whoever's the pastor. You're basically following that person. But now you got the internet, so it's like people call people out on shit now. And
Form your own
the
ideas.
knowledge and information is spread, so it'll keep evolving. And
Yeah,
cool.
I always crack the joke that I'm here just to like convert the youth to any form of free thinking. But the reality is, like, most of my students are leading conversations about things, and I'm just like providing resources. Just like, yeah, of course you're finding this information. Like, you can literally pick up a device in your phone, like in your pocket, and have a computer. Like, I know you know these things. Yeah. So just being able to like hold the space and say questions in doubt are good.
They probably learned that from you because like Milo just did like a series and they were saying the first one was like red flags and
The relationship series.
yes, and I feel like that is so needed in today's youth, especially in church. Y'all, if I had had that,
Totally.
maybe, but
we got time for an ad.
Now you have to read the ad.
why? I'm like, Jordan, come back, please.
Let's see how this goes.
Which one do I read?
Any of them.
Any of them.
Okay. I hate y'all. This episode is brought to you by Skellington Curiosities, Waco, Texas' only curiosities and oddities shop, full of clothing, lingerie, accessories, oddities, and everyday curiosities. A spooky vibe 365. Visit us online at skellingtoncuriosities.com.
Boom. Did it. Pretty good.
I can
Good
read.
My favorite one for guests, it will always be Mike TM, though.
God.
Feminality.
Lingerie ad.
Mod ministry. So today is your birthday. So
Happy birthday.
what are your plans?
I mean, I kind of celebrated early. I got to go to BSR the past 2 days, actually.
What the fuck is that?
The surf resort.
I had to look it up as well.
Yeah, it's a cable park. You can like wait. I watched my old friend came into town, and so I went and watched him wakeboard, which was really cool. And like my son.
You didn't do it yourself? You just watched them do it?
No, I was too scared. Y'all, I would so get hurt. Like I went and floated the lazy river. That was really nice. They have like a huge lazy river out there.
Where is this place?
And it's like out towards Mahia. It's not far. It's like 20
Mahia?
minutes. Yes.
Never heard of any of these places.
This is ad
need to get
number
out more.
2 of this week's episode.
Yeah, shout out to BSR. No, it's pretty cool. You can pay. They have like a whole surf area, and you can just lay on the beach. And the beach is really nice. Like it's a sandy beach. It's pretty cool. And then they have lazy river. They have all these slides that scare the shit out of me, so I won't do them. But so that was cool. And then
Bane would like that.
yeah, he would. It's a lot of fun. And then today I worked for like 3 hours at my second job, Black Daisy, and we went.
Third ad.
Yeah. Hello, Black Daisy.
Shout out.
Shout out.
And well, I said Stephanie Welch earlier too.
Yeah.
And then we all went and ate at Gus Family Barbecue.
Shout
Another
out.
ad. my other job.
One of the best
Yeah.
barbecue places here.
Yeah, my
It's so
manager,
good.
my manager was like,
Melts
"You love
in
us
my
enough to
mouth.
come on your day off on your birthday," and I was like, "Yes."
It was
Except
the
for I
hot
will say they
Cheetos.
never have fucking cheddar sausage anymore. Every time we go.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you
I'll
guys
bring
are
y'all some.
always fucking out.
I'll bring you some. It's pretty good.
Have you guys had the hot Cheetos elote?
No.
Oh man, I had that today. It was an amazing mess.
Carly
Yeah.
was like, "How do I eat?"
Yeah.
I know.
It's literally like they take the whole corn off with the stuff attached to it still,
And put it on the
and they
grill.
put the sour cream and hot Cheetos.
It's like sour
and-
cream and mayo, and I don't know exactly, so
Yeah.
don't quote me, but it's got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And then
Sounds
hot
dope.
Cheeto dust right on top.
Yeah.
So good.
Look good.
Yeah, I'd eat it.
It was
Fuck
pretty
it.
cool.
I just like cut it off the cob after a few
Yeah.
bites because I was like, I'm gonna go through napkins. This is not gonna work out.
People always ask like, "What is your favorite here?" And I'm like, I have no idea. Like I can't.
all
pick.
good?
Yeah, it's all good. And they're like, "You just say that because you work here," and I'm like, "No, actually, it's all good."
She
Like,
likes the brisket nachos.
I wish we would bring those back.
No. guys haven't had them for a while.
I know. I said we should do pulled pork nachos the other day. I'm like, y'all are doing pulled pork pancakes. Why can't we
need
do
to
nachos?
go to brunch one time. So good.
Yes, and come sit at my bar.
Yes.
And I can make you mimosas.
Yes.
The last time wasn't a good one for me. At her sister's birthday, we had a bunch of mimosas.
This was like 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
This was not like yesterday.
I had mimosas.
Shauna's just so scarred.
Yeah.
Okay?
I drank it for like 4 hours, and I
We were all
didn't get
sitting
up.
down at the restaurant.
And then
Oh,
this
no.
is like a fancy restaurant in Campbell, and it was a full like house. And then I got up and I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go take a piss." And I literally just flew into the wall.
It's like floating the river, like whenever you stand up at the very end of it, and you're like, oh no.
They're like,
Oh, no.
Kylie, get your husband.
Yeah.
That was great.
It's interesting to watch people drink, day drink, for sure. Because our brunch goes till 4 p.m. So,
Oh, that's yeah.
yeah.
Do you guys have unlimited as well?
Well, they're just like $2. So if they want to keep going, I mean, I can't legally serve them if they're intoxicated.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know.
$20 would fuck you up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you up.
So that's your only plans for today?
Yeah. My kids start school tomorrow. So,
When does ours start school?
The 30th. I've told you this 10 times in the past 2 days.
Nice.
the 30th.
The 30th.
That's like the last school that's starting.
Well, it's not technically school. It's parents' day out. It's like before preschool.
Yeah.
Got you. Even better.
Yeah. It's only twice a week.
Yeah, mine are just going to Rappaport this year, so I have to get up and drive all the way into town every day to drop them off instead of dropping them off at China Springs.
I didn't realize the elementary school was so close to my house.
Yeah.
I was like driving by and I was like, oh, that's where you are.
Yeah. There's my kids are at 2 different campuses, so it should be
Oh, that sucks.
interesting. Yeah. We'll see. It'll be good for them. Like, they're really excited. My daughter starts kindergarten tomorrow, so it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But it's
Aw,
okay.
It's exciting.
It's been a good birthday, though. Like, it really has. It's been the best birthday I think I've ever had. So.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, it's been nice.
Love to hear it.
Yeah.
What are you going to do for my birthday?
I was actually
Fucking
thinking about that on the way
rager.
here. Just so we're clear, I was like, "When's Kylie's birthday? What can we do for it?" And I was like, "Wait,
Got a
December."
few months, but
Well, we got a new big ass house, so.
we got a house.
Yeah. When you're having a housewarming party.
I don't know. But we don't get it till
Yeah, we don't move
like
it
next
until
month.
the 10th. So.
That's still exciting.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So fucking exciting.
We found one. It was so our
I did
journey
not
was
think I saw it online for like a couple days and I was like, we shouldn't even try it. We're never gonna get it.
it was out of our price
Aw,
range.
We're
It
never
was
gonna
like,
get it. And then we tried it. We fucking got
I'm
it.
so
That is
excited.
It was
awesome.
just the right circumstances.
Did you manifest
Yes.
it on the new moon? Is that
I
what did it?
We made
Yeah.
an offer on the new moon.
All right, we're on a group text with our
Yeah.
real estate agent, and she's like, oh
This
my
is
god,
the Lionsgate portal,
yeah,
bitch.
it's a portal. I'm manifesting like this and that, and I know
"This
the
bitch
real
is
estate
crazy."
agent Kate is like rolling her eyes like this fucking broad, dude.
And then she's like, oh, crap,
worked.
it worked.
No,
Like,
she's
you guys
probably
got it.
Yeah.
she's probably thinking like, this bitch is gonna put a spell on me if I don't help him get this house. Like, please accept their offer.
Yeah, it was like perfect. Like, cause we looked at a ton of fucking houses. The market just keeps rising and
Kate.
rising and
Shout
rising.
out to
Yeah.
Kate. You're a rock star.
And we found this one magical fucking house, and then it was owned by a company, and we
Like an
hit this
investment
weird like
company.
spot where they just lost their tenants or whatever, and I think they had a deal on the table, but it fell through, and then they wanted to get into another deal immediately, and we just
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
slid in there, and we're like,
Nice.
well, you got to reduce it to like this price, and we thought it was like a long shot, like they were gonna be like, nah, fuck you guys, but they're like, all right, fuck it.
They're like,
God, that's amazing.
Do it tonight. We'll do it.
Yeah. that's
Yeah.
so exciting.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I knew y'all had been looking for a minute, and then you were like, "Guess what?" You said, "Guess what we did," or something on
Yeah.
Snapchat, and just sent me a picture, and I was like, "Yes, fuck yeah, that's awesome."
It's got a big ass backyard, so we'll have a rager there.
If you ever see an entirely black house, that's gonna be ours.
Okay, but people expect that from y'all. Didn't I tell you? Like, one of my professors texted me and was like, "Dude, those Skellington people have a black house," and I was like, "No,
Not
why?"
yet.
She's like, "I saw a really spooky house, and I thought it might be theirs." So shout out to whoever spooky house
Yeah.
it was. Like,
Awesome.
Yeah, ours will actually have a thing that says Skellington Manor on the front.
yes,
Yes.
That's weird.
No, it has
That is
to.
amazing.
Why is that weird?
I don't know.
That's
Put
how
a
you start
gargoyle
getting
on
like the
fucking-
neighborhood myth started.
Yeah.
It's gonna be wonderful.
Yeah, you have to be the neighborhood witch. Like,
Exactly.
Gosh.
It's gonna be dope. Do we have time for another ad?
Is that a yes? Okay.
You're
Do
the
you have
reader.
time? Go ahead.
Mod Ministry merch creates. Is that what that says? I don't think that's right. Mod Ministry merch creates for the edgy woman, the kind of woman who works hard but plays much harder, who embraces femininity but tests the societal limits. We are not for the faint of heart. We are bold. We are beautiful. Check out Mod Ministry Etsy page for handmade lingerie. 5-star rated seller since 2014.
Boom.
Nice.
If you want to donate to Jordan's rehab,
Oh my gosh.
go to screamfernandezhelp.com.
She's having a really great vacation with her
Yeah.
family, first of all.
I'm actually very jealous.
I
She's
know,
in
Montana.
Ah.
I bet it's so
Has to be so, like, the temperature has to be amazing.
Yeah, her
Yeah,
brother's-
right.
That's all I'm at.
It's probably great.
We're like, how's it feeling there?
I was in Colorado and I was just like, I don't want to go back. And I got back, and the next week it was like triple digits every single day.
Dude, I always hate my birthday because, just the heat really makes me... You like, as a kid, having an August birthday, your parents are like, guess what? You're having another swimming party. And you're like, great. Because,
Great.
you don't want to do anything else at this point. You're just
Yeah.
like, give me the fuck inside. Let's all sit in the AC. That'll be great.
It's better than mine.
See, my parents were just like, you're just going to be an introvert.
Yeah,
And then you'll
Sean's
never
birthday
want
sucks.
birthdays. And I was
When
like,
is your
okay, cool.
birthday?
July 22nd.
Oh, okay, you
Happy
got
Yeah.
a
birthday.
Pretty good.
Thank you.
summer party.
Yeah.
Mine's
Yeah.
December 29th.
Oh.
Oh,
So-
everyone's done at that
Yeah.
point.
Like my whole
That's
life, everybody, it was always school vacation.
Yeah.
Everybody's broke. Everybody's out of fucking town.
They try to
It's the deep
combine-
breath before they have the New
Yeah.
Year's Eve party. So
All
they're
my
just
presents
like,
say, here's your birthday and Christmas
Yeah,
present.
that's what I was going to say. Double
I get that
gifting.
too, though. I'm December 14th,
Yeah.
and I get that not as much as you, but I do.
Some.
And mine is usually either finals week or the first week of winter break.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Iceland's is January 2nd, and it's like exactly
break.
a week after Christmas. So
Yeah.
I have this much time to recover financially.
Yeah.
Like,
She's this much.
She's like, it's my birthday. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry you got a bunch of
Chop
gifts
it up,
last
Mom.
week. Like, the 5-year-old doesn't understand that. Yeah.
She's like, you should have
that's
been
where you
prepared
just
since
like put half
summer."
of them aside and be like, this is it
That's
for
what
Christmas.
I started doing. I just like buy a little extra and set some aside. Or like, I got her a dollhouse last year for Christmas, and then she was like, I don't have any dolls. And I was like, shit, they're all her birthday stuff.
Oh,
So she
shit.
had to wait a week.
You're all tough shit.
I got you the house. Appreciate it.
I like how that was clearly supposed to be swapped. Just like,
Yeah.
nah, just stare at this.
Has
Like,
anyone
here's your-
had a Christmas present they will never forget?
The action figures for me.
Oh, the ones where your mom made you open the box of
Yeah.
socks.
Yeah.
Oh, my parents did that. No, actually, mine's like a what?
This is the first time I told my mom I hated her.
Oh, that was her worst Christmas
Because
present.
I told her, because I told her I was like, because I loved the X-Men when I was a little kid, and I was like, I just want a Wolverine, I want a Magneto. That's all I
That's
want.
it.
I don't give a fuck
like,
about
just
anything
get
else.
it. Like-
They're not that expensive. Just give me the two
These
action
two.
figures. That's all I want. And then, and I
Every
told her, I told
character
her, I was
butt.
like, that's all I want. And then I got like 4 or 5 presents, and then I opened it up, and it's like a sweater. I was like. Opened
Next.
up, socks, fucking, just all this like
Underwear.
bullshit, and I was like, and I went through all of them, and I was like, motherfucker, I was like, and then I stood up, I was like, I'm fucking done, and I kicked the presents. I was like, this is fucking bullshit. I've been good. I asked you for 2 fucking things. You couldn't,
Never
you
mind.
couldn't give me the 2 fucking things that I wanted.
Oh
I
my
fucking
God.
hate you. Fuck this family.
Dude, did your mom cry? I feel like your mom probably cried.
Your mom's just like holding
she's
them
like-
like
I got you.
She's
your
like-
X-Men.
She's like, hold my beer.
She's like, put on the fucking sweater. I was like, fuck your sweater. Put
on the sweater.
Put on the fucking sweater. And then I like went, like grabbed the fucking sweater, and then I like pulled it up, and then the action figure. Like,
yeah,
fell
yeah.
And
Oh,
then I
you
was like,
little shit.
shit.
Damn.
And I was like, is there action figures in all these? She's like, yeah. And I was like, fuck.
You're like, I should have thrown it harder at the wall. I would have heard the action
Yeah.
figures.
And then, but my Wolverine, the one I wanted the most, well, next to Magneto, it wasn't an actual action figure. It was like one of those rubber flat ones. I don't know if you guys know, like, it's like, looks like a Gumby. Like it got ran over, and then I was feeling bad because I had cussed her out, but then I opened the Wolverine, and it wasn't the right Wolverine.
Oh my
And you're like,
God.
never mind. I was right earlier.
I was like,
I meant everything I said.
I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna take this one.
If Bane ever did, I would never recover.
Me.
I would never
That would be
recover.
so intense.
He's got my my like fire though.
I
Like,
know.
I mean, I feel like if it's a regular
It's probably
basis
coming.
and you're just like, I just want to fuck with him and enjoy my Christmas and just be like, perfect, this is what we're doing. I did like wrap my brother's presents in tons of duct tape every single year.
Jesus.
Every single year.
So annoying.
And I was like, this is all I live for. This is it. One time it was just a ball. I'm just kidding. Like,
Be like,
Just
sucker,
a ball of duct
gotcha.
tape.
No, I actually have a super wholesome story about that because my dad was a pilot when I was little, and so he was gone a lot. And one year, I remember my mom, like, they made a big deal. They were like, Dad has a trip scheduled, can't get out of it. Like, we're just gonna open Christmas a day early, so we did it and everything, and like got all our presents. And then he ended up being able to come home, so he was downstairs when we walked down on Christmas morning, and we were just kind of like, it was just me and my sister, and we were like, oh, you know, we're just hanging out with our mom. And then we came downstairs and my dad was sitting there. Like, as a kid, it was a really cool moment because you're like, Dad, you know. I was like, always remember that.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Christmas moment? Turned into a Christmas episode. Weirdest episode ever.
it's not
but-
even July. We can't even make that excuse.
Did you ever scream at your mother about?
I'm sure I
action
probably
figures?
did. I don't remember though.
Her mom says she would get mad, go in her room, lay on her bed, and then kick the fucking wall.
Yeah, if I got in trouble, my bed was up against the wall, and I would lay on my back on my bed and put my feet up on the wall and just kick it.
Ooh, that would enrage me as a parent.
That passive aggressive, just I am here and I am mad. Yeah.
Falling off the backside of the wall.
Yeah, she's like,
It's like at least have rhythm.
it was bad. I remember that.
What about you?
So my brother, actually, I think it was more so because he was tired of me playing the same song on repeat, like because I was just that kid. Burned a ton of CDs for me, but then made this letter. He like tea stained it and crumpled it up so it was really soft, and it looked like a pirate map. And he was like, I pirated these music CDs for you.
Creative.
Yeah. I was like, that was cool. I have to give him credit for that one.
That's awesome.
Like, that's where I learned like all of my true like 90s, 2000s emo punk. So, you know, thanks,
her jam.
thanks Adam.
Man, I gotta go through the garage and find all those burned CDs.
Yeah.
All the burn
Dude,
CDs.
I have some really great like 2005 summer mixes.
I've got a couple shorties hot R&B mixes.
Do you have like the Sharpie
Yeah.
designs and
Yes.
everything? Absolutely.
You better bet
Yeah.
your ass I wrote every single song.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
right, yeah. I had an ex who would actually like laser print and like get like the actual label she created and was just like, here we go.
Yeah,
And I was like,
fancy.
it's like you still have these. I mean, you put time and effort into this.
I was just over here crashing my computer with LimeWire.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, yeah.
So bad.
I remember when I got my first Zune.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Dude, Zune.
I remember that being like the biggest competition.
Yeah.
Like
You're like, what happened? Like,
I was always
Apple
like,
shout out
one.
to
broke.
Zune.
like,
This was actually the first iPod that I ever bought. I still fucking got it.
I found like old iPod like minis though, and you're like, oh my gosh. Like my sister and her husband had like their names and anniversary date engraved on the back
Oh
of
my
my
god.
It's so like
Wah,
2000.
wah, wah.
Like sorry, Deb.
Her mixes were like crazy because I remember she left one of her books in the thing, and I was like, it was like. What did it say? Like
I have a
water,
very eclectic
a lake,
music
Shasta
taste.
Lake mix or some shit.
Yes,
was
I
like, what
had
the
a
fuck
mix
is
for
that?
every place I
You put
went.
it in, it's like some 41, and then it goes to like apple bottom
Yes.
jeans. Like,
it was a whole journey.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a roller coaster.
It would be
some country
such,
song. I was like, what the
It'd be
fuck?
such a throwback to listen to those
Yeah.
though, because we were in high school at the same time. So
I need to find a CD player.
yes, get a bottle.
I
of
love
wine.
how that's the thing that you
That's
need
the
to
thing I
find.
need to
Yeah.
find.
If
I need
anyone
to go to a
out
pawn
there
shop.
in a pawn shop, yeah. Like,
If anyone wants to donate a CD player to our night of nostalgia, please let us
That'll be
know.
fun.
That would be cool.
It's getting towards the midnight hour. You got
That
some
was a
shout
weird
outs? Fun though.
Shout out to Jordan because she's not here and we miss her.
We miss you.
And the ads are not my favorite. I don't even know. To y'all for having me on the show. I appreciate that.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
Shout out to Goon Squad art show, whenever it is.
When is that?
28.
The 28th
Yeah.
at one day.
I know when your art show is and
Nice.
you don't.
You know when everything.
We're unveiling the 7 deadly sins.
Yes. Nice.
What about you there?
Shout out to Wendy with Downtown Waco. She's hosting with me a little Mind, Body, Spirit on 7th downtown on Thursday. We have like
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
5 like metaphysical providers offering free services tomorrow evening.
Boom.
That's awesome.
What about you, Milo?
Yeah, well, shout out to my church, Lakeshore Baptist Church. Y'all are
Shout
pretty
out.
great.
Hell yeah. All right. Till next time, guys. Bye.